Most bad locates are not because of bad equipment. They're because of a bad setup. Thank you for following me into segment 2, into the field. Now that we're in the field, I'm going to show you the first things that are going through my mind when I approach a utility locate. Primarily, what's under my feet and direct connection or closed induction. Which one? So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm looking at what all is around me. Look at here. Here's a box. Let's look if we can. Sometimes I'm slow. Oh boy. There's a water line. Here's a box. Look, somebody left it open for us. There's your power. Probably don't touch that. You've got a cable box with fiber, and you've got 2 phone boxes with spiders. Edgar lives in this one, and Fred lives in this one. Okay? So the first thing is, what am I around? Am I in a congested area? Answer, yeah, dude. Water, power, cable fiber, phone. Yes, you're in an area. So, direct connection, directly connecting to a utility, and using a grounding mat, patent pending by the way, or a ring clamp, which one? If you can get your clamp around the utility, around the conductor, and if that conductor is part of a working circuit, always use closed induction first. And here is why. If I drive a ground rod or set up a direct connection, what I am doing is I am completing the circuit in order to generate ultimately a signal. I am completing that circuit by using the earth. Look, the water's touching the earth. The power's touching the earth. The cable's touching the earth. The phone is touching the earth. All these things are grounded to the earth. So if I use that method, I have a lot of utilities that I could potentially bleed off on. However, if I have a utility like phone or cable TV that I can get my clamp around, I'm removing the earth from the equation. I don't need to worry about completing a circuit because this utility already has a complete circuit. So all I need to do is use my clamp to induce a small current, and we will locate that. So obviously this I can see it's already got a nick in it. Not sure who would have put that there to show me that it was an aluminum sheathing. This is easily accessible. I can ring clamp it there, right? If I wanted to do the phone here, it's hard to see in here, you would ring clamp right here. Here's your ground. So we're gonna go below that conductor and I can get my ring clamp there. So same thing over here. I'll stay on my knees. Woo wee woo wee woo wee. Was it Edgar or Fred in this one? Fred's in this one. Look at Fred. Below your grounds, right? Around your conductors. So you could ring clamp around all of that. And you'll find that you don't even need to use a high frequency. So even on this line, for example, I'm already hooked up. We've got an 8 there. We'll just see if we can get this on an 8. You already have a complete circuit. We know the cable's going that way, so let's go over here. Don't trip, camera person. If you do, we post those. So I'm going to get well away from everything here. And you'll probably start hearing it pick up in a minute. There we go. So my arrows are my null. So the arrows are coming together there. The peak's up top. You can see we're getting a great signal. Both null and peak agree. We're on an 8 kilohertz. Okay. So that is how I would locate those utilities. What about the water? Come with me. Let's look at that. Just because we're in the field don't mean we can't have a little fun. All right, over to the water. Am I in a congested area? Yes. Okay. So I don't really want to use direct connection. Am I getting my clamp around that? No. Is that part of an existing circuit? No. I'm going to have to direct connect to this utility, and I'm going to have to do it in a pretty congested environment. And good news, it can be done. That'll be our next video. Thank you.